It's a pleasure to have you join me on this virtual journey. Welcome. Hello, YouTube friends. Join us as we unravel the mysteries surrounding Symonds Street. Symonds Street is a street in Auckland, New Zealand's most populous city. The road runs southwest and uphill from the top of Anzac Avenue, originally Jermyn Street, through the city campus of University of Auckland, over the Northwestern Motorway and Auckland Southern Motorway, and to the start of New North Road and Mount Eden Road. With the groundwork laid, let's now examine history and its connections to our previous discussions. The route of Symonds Street originated as a Tamaki overland walking track, linking the Horseshoe Valley, modern-day Auckland CBD, and the Waitemata Harbour with other populated areas of the Tamaki Isthmus to the south. During the early colonial era of Auckland, it was the main southbound road. It was named after William Cornwallis Symonds in 1842, and soon after his death. Now, let's shift our focus to demographics and embark on an intellectual exploration of its various dimensions. The statistical areas of Symonds Street Northwest, Symonds Street West, and Symonds Street East encompass the area east of Queen Street and west of Grafton Gully. They do not include the part of Symonds Street which runs through the University of Auckland, or the part south of. They cover and had an estimated population of as of, with a population density of people per. Symonds Street had a population of 7,758 at the 2018 New Zealand census, an increase of 609 people, 8.5% since the 2013 census, and an increase of 3,057 people, 65% since the 2006 census. There were 3,147 households, comprising 3,876 males and 3,876 females, giving a sex ratio of 1 males per female, with 213 people, 2.7%, aged under 15 years, 5,304, 68.4%, aged 15 to 29, 2,109, 27.2%, aged 30 to 64, and 135, 1.7%, aged 65 or older. Ethnicities were 26.9% European, 4.4% Maori, 3% Pacific peoples, 63.1% Asian, and 8.4% other ethnicities. People may identify with more than one ethnicity. The percentage of people born overseas was 77.2%, compared with 27.1% nationally. Although some people chose not to answer the census's question about religious affiliation, 53% had no religion, 22.1% were Christian, 0.1% had Maori religious beliefs, 7.1% were Hindu, 7.3% were Muslim, 4.6% were Buddhist, and 2.6% had other religions. Of those at least 15 years old, 2,643, 35% people had a bachelor's or higher degree, and 273, 3.6% people had no formal qualifications. 471 people, 6.2%, earned over $70,000 compared to 17.2% nationally. The employment status of those at least 15 was that 2,484, 32.9% people were employed full-time, 1,530, 20.3% were part-time, and 603, 8% were unemployed. Name, area, population density per households, median age, median income. Symonds Street Northwest 0.09, 2,922, 32,467, 1,407, 24.7 years, $12,500. Symonds Street West 0.15, 2,856, 19,000 and 41,000. 209, 26.6 years, $15,100. Symonds Street East 0.11 thousand, 980, 19,800, 531, 23.5 years, 9,000, $200 New Zealand 37.4 years $31,800. Individual statistical areas. Brace yourself for a captivating discussion on notable locations as we explore its nuances and implications. Street Andrews First Presbyterian Church, 2 Symonds Street, 1850, oldest surviving church in Auckland. Belgrave, 12 Symonds Street, 1885, 2-story Italianate house, now part of the University of Auckland. House, 14 Symonds Street, 1884, 2-story Italianate house, now part of the University of Auckland. House, 16 Symonds Street, 1884, 2-story Italianate house, now part of the University of Auckland. Old Coral Hall, Symonds Street, 1872, a concert chamber and public hall, now part of the University of Auckland. St Paul's Church, 28 Symonds Street, 1895, Anglican church built on the site of the first church in Auckland. Terrace houses, Symonds Street, private dwelling built by John Endon. Aiken House, 39 Symonds Street, as Neo-Georgian house. New Zealand Wars Memorial, corner Symonds Street and Wakefield Street, 1920, memorial to those who fought on the British side in the 19th century wars. Sintra Flats, Whitaker Place, 1936, apartment complex. Rationalist House, 64 Symonds Street, purchased in 1960 by the Rationalist Association as a base and library. Doctors' Residences, Symonds Street, residences of 2 doctors designed by the same architect. Plummer House, 5 City Road, 1909, residence of hat manufacturer and musician Charles Plummer. Bus shelter and toilets, corner Symonds Street and Grafton Bridge, 1910, bus shelter and public toilets. Symonds Street Cemetery, 120 Symonds Street, 1841, one of Auckland's oldest cemeteries. Grafton Bridge, 1910, largest single span of reinforced concrete in the world at the time of construction. Coronga Rocks, a 1969 sculpture by Greer Twiss at Pigeon Park, on the corner of Symonds Street and Coronga Road. Street Benedict's Church, 1 Street Benedict's Street, 1888, Gothic church building, possibly the largest in New Zealand at the time of construction. Stables, 32 Street Benedict's Street, 1883, originally part of a larger complex hosting at least 30 Clydesdale horses. Upper Symonds Street Historic Area, an area covering Symonds Street south of the Southern Motorway, and adjacent parts of Kibber Pass Road, Newton Road, Mount Eden Road and New North Road. Leave a comment below and let me know what you thought of this video.